This is the beginning of the podcast that is making up because we missed recording a podcast last week because, inspired by Andy Mulder, Mike was seeking freedom and he wasn't around. So I guess the real question is, Mike, did you find the freedom you were looking for at HNA?
I felt slightly oppressed when I was inside HNA because I had horrible internet connection the whole time. And I was hoping that with my iPhone 6 that I would get blazing speed internet that I could connect with everyone. So my internet connection was oppressed, but overall, the sense of freedom was there.
Did you? Sorry, Chad. Did you want to jump in here? Because I got a lot to talk about on this topic.
Not really. I'll interject when
I
I need
actually
to, I
don't have that.
suppose.
I don't even have that much. I have one. I have a couple commentaries. Did you think there was more freedom at HNA than there is at LO Congress?
Okay, so are we measuring freedom as a size in this sense, or freedom as quality? What type of freedom are we talking about?
Everyone has their own version of freedom.
Okay, freedom as a
Like
size.
For me, freedom would be people are walking around at HNA, smoking big cigars in the building, and drinking beers openly, and just it's an all-out fucking party. That's the kind of freedom I would expect. Everyone's down there eating spicy chicken sandwiches, fucking smoking big cigar. I don't
Whoa.
What is the freedom?
I think that's excessive. I just want to be able to read the news. I don't need to smoke a cigar and drink in public. I just want to be able to read the news.
Did you read any news?
There was no news read. There was actually quite a bit of beer, though. Quite a few stalls had some beers. I saw some sort of pergola stall, and our friends at Direct Blades were also having a happy hour there. So there's definitely more beer flowing.
I think Direct Blades. Yeah, I get it now. Okay.
Did you rekindle our sponsorship deal?
Did you stoke the fire of that bitch? I would have taken some long, hard stoking, Mike.
Or a lot of beers.
Yeah. Yeah. So, the freedom thing was a joke, but you can only attend one for the rest of your life. And they're located both in the same proximity to you, because we can't use the traveling as a way to judge this. For the rest of your life, you can only attend one conference per year. Are you going LO Congress? Or are you going HNA?
HNA for sure, 100%.
Yeah,
it's bigger. There's more companies there, and then they've got that outdoor demo area that Congress could never do, I wouldn't think. And then there's like there's a whole nother section that I didn't even get a chance to go to. So yeah, definitely HNA. Yeah.
No support for the band that marches around at Congress through the.
I missed that last year. Wasn't that a one-time thing for like 50th?
Oh, maybe it was only one day.
I think so.
There wasn't enough freedom to have it for all 3 days or whatever.
Don't get me wrong, I do like Congress, but this was on a whole nother level to that. I would say Congress is like maybe 50% to at most 2/3 of the size of just the indoor area.
Do you know, I don't know what religion it is, but you know how there's a religion where everyone has to at least take one trip to Mecca or something? Everyone has to go back there. I'm not a religious person, but I know there's some kind of religion where you're supposed to at least get back once in your life to Mecca or something of that regard. You guys ever heard of this, Mike?
Yeah.
Yes, I've heard of this. Yeah.
Okay, so do you think that every hardscaper once in their career should make it to HNA in the same way? Would you consider this to have been a religious experience for yourself? Not religious in the sense, well, yeah, religious, like in the sense of.
Honestly, if it wasn't for the community and the people that I would want to meet, I would say that it's not like you couldn't do any of this stuff at a local like a local congress. I know like a bunch of different regions in the States also have their own type of expo and stuff, along with like getting a demo on a piece of equipment. Like all this stuff you can definitely seek out wherever you're located. But being that HNA is the largest and most people go to it, I'd say it's like the community is the most important thing. So if that's not important to you, it's probably not something that you really seek out to go to once in your life.
Did you visit any of the internet famous universities, or did any of them have booths there? Any of the gangs? Any of the, like, was there a lot of those style booths there?
I didn't
the guru style booth.
Didn't see any of the gangs, didn't see any of the universities, but I did see Dan Preston has that Hardscape mentor Hardscape. He had a booth there. It was actually really good, really well done. I went and said hi. That was the only mentor university gang type thing, I guess, booth there.
It's sort of disappointing.
I didn't even see them. I saw some of their stories. They were posting stories, but I didn't run into them at all. Yeah.
Too bad.
I know.
Too bad. They could have recommended good lawyers.
Lots lots of lots of guys were asking where the Not Our Finest Hour guys are.
You represented for us.
Yeah.
What's that?
You represented for us.
Oh yeah. My wife and I went, and we literally decided on Sunday night that we were going. It was a very last minute thing, and I spent the remainder of Sunday evening and into Monday trying to find an Airbnb or a hotel, because obviously they're all booked up. So we managed to find an Airbnb, and we drove down there.
You drove down there?
Drove down there, 9 hours there, 9 hours back.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could drive. If I knew you could drive, I can
drive. I should try.
I really wanted to go, but I had what I quantified to be $100,000 week that just passed. So I really had to weigh the option there, and I decided that I couldn't make it work this year.
I would take $100,000 over going.
Okay, well, you made me feel better about my decision. Mind you, I wasn't like waiting at home for $100,000 check or anything, but we perhaps got close to completing $100,000 worth of work. So
nice.
I just had to stay home for that.
Nice.
I didn't know you could drive to this place.
Well, 9 hours, but it just depends on how far you want to drive in one day.
Where was it?
All I do is drive. All day, every day. I start driving at 6 a.m. I stop driving when I get home at 10:30 at night. I thought this place was farther than that. I thought you had to fucking fly.
No, flights were $800 last minute.
If I'd known you could drive, I might have fucking gone. Why didn't anyone point this shit out? I guess I could have Googled the location.
Yeah. Next year, we should do a road trip.
Oh, I'll drive there anytime.
Awesome.
I just fucking hate airports and planes.
Yeah, and like even if you were to take a flight, like it's probably like a 2 or 3 hour flight, but then you had to get there a couple hours early and then go through the whole getting your luggage. It's like 6-7 hours anyways. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm disappointed in myself. Probably would have gone to this earlier if I'd known that you could drive there.
Really? I didn't realize that was holding you back. I would have let you know. I
fucking hate airports.
Yeah.
I don't even hate the part of the like the flying and the plane crashing and the dying. That doesn't bother me. Like, my day will come.
That rarely
I've been avoiding it. I'll be 50 in 7 days. For 50 years, I've been avoiding death. If it came because it was a plane, I'd be like, whatever, man. I had a good run. And I just don't like the hassle of the airport. I don't like the searching and the constant violation of your person and the taking off of your shoes. And my pants are always falling down because I'm trying to redo my belt up in a fucking public. It's just, I'm fat. I don't move very well. It's just, the whole thing is annoying. But a vehicle, I can put a good ass groove in a seat in a vehicle and head anywhere. I'm just saying. I didn't know this was a fucking thing. Fuck. All right. Well, although to Chad's point, this was probably one of our busiest weeks of the year. We were running 4 jobs this week. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we had a really busy week, and and that's I think always been my hesitation is last couple weeks of October
I
is
wish they would
always.
do it, yeah, like in a midsummer sort of thing. Like give yourself
But they did it in
uh,
August. I
uh,
could leave and no one would even fucking
yeah,
know.
no one would know.
Or at the very like winter would be awesome, right?
Yeah,
For me at
I could
least.
do winter as well,
Where
but
is that place that you went?
Louisville in Kentucky.
So what's it like there in the winter? Is it too cold? Is it snow in there?
No,
I
I
don't
don't
know.
think they would get much snow. I don't know. I don't think so. I couldn't tell you though, for sure. But
But see, in that area, 9 hours from here, a lot of those people are working 12 months a year on hardscapes.
right,
So
true.
that's why it doesn't matter when they do it. And the winter doesn't matter the summer because a lot of those people I think are like 24/7 hardscape people.
Right, that makes a lot of
Well, I
sense.
guess more like 8 hours to 10 hours. I don't know. Anyways, they're doing it a lot, like 12 months a year, I would say.
And I guess there is like half the states that fall into that category too. So it really doesn't matter for half of the whole US.
Yeah.
Plus California is a lot of the US too. So it's probably more than half.
People flew there from California.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm just saying going off of like population for
Oh,
how many people. Yeah.
I thought you met people from. What was the furthest away person that you met?
Oh, so they did an event, like a live podcast, and they brought up to stage people that were international. There's people from New Zealand, from
wow.
Ireland, yeah, somewhere in Europe, all over the place.
When you were guesting on all the podcasts there,
I didn't.
I saw you recording one on Instagram.
Yeah, so I did. I did try to plug Not Our Finest Hour wherever I could. So I went to
That's what I was. So you didn't let me. My question was.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Were you plugging I Am a Hardscaper, or were you plugging Not Our Finest Hour? Like, who were you? Who are you truly repping down there at HNA? I guess is the.
So I was repping the I Am a Hardscaper hat with a How to Hardscape shirt on the floor. But when I went to, so they did the Green Industry podcast. I'm going to forget the other podcast, Nailers podcast, and the Kid Contractor podcast live. And I made sure to ask a question for Caleb Auman of the Kid Contractor podcast. But it came to my question and they're like, oh, we're all out of time. We got 10 seconds left for a very quick question. And then John, who's got the mic, is like, okay, this is Mike. And I'm like, oh, 10 seconds. Oh, no. And I was like, I tried to fit in a joke there that did not land. I was like, oh, Caleb, I like the intro music. I've heard it on another podcast before. Nobody laughed. And then,
But then Caleb I was like, knew.
I guess so. But then Caleb was like, or sorry, I said, what's your worst advice that you've ever got? And that was my question. But they had no time for it. Caleb gave a quick response. But that was my first time trying to plug the Not Our Finest Hour podcast. The next time was the next night. Zeppa's had an event, and they had a 10-person contractor social media type thing. And it was just a Q&A session, just completely. And I was the first person to ask a question. And of course, I'm the only person who asks a funny question. It got super serious after I asked my question. And my question was, guys, what's one moment in your business where it was not your finest hour? And people laughed at that. And then somebody said, oh, you're plugging the podcast. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. And I threw the mic back at them. And then it got super serious every other question after mine. So I was a fish out of water without you guys.
It's because you were oppressed.
I guess so.
You broke free from oppression and didn't know what to do.
I guess so. Yeah. The freedom got to me. I felt too
freedom
free.
Was overpowering. Yeah. Overpowered by freedom.
What kind of food did you have?
So we had barbecue was probably our best meal there. Oh, actually, we went to a dinner, and it was like a buffet style. That was really good, and that was put on by our friend Chris at PermaEdge. There, got to meet him in the flesh. He was really nice.
And he seems like a nice person.
He's super nice. He's amazing. Yeah.
He seems like that.
And then that's where I got to meet a lot of guys there because that was Wednesday night, and Wednesday's a short day. It's only 12 to 5 there. So I got to meet a lot of guys there. And then the next day was a long day. And then we went to get barbecue afterwards. And that was really good. My wife and I say some of the best fries we've ever eaten, but we got smoked brisket and some sort of chicken sandwich there. That was really good.
Was it a hot chicken sandwich?
It was a hot chicken sandwich. Yes. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you you attended the Bro Life breakfast with Andy?
I did. Andy was there not in the flesh, sorry, but just staring away and smiling.
I saw lots of pictures of him. He was at all the booths.
He was at all the booths. I signed the back of Andy. Everybody was signing the back of Andy, so I signed the back.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
So you guys coming next year?
Now that I know you can drive, well, you know you can drive. I'll just go there for a day and drive home. That's cool.
I feel like we would wreak some havoc.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt like it was a bit too serious at times, and having you guys there would really make me feel a bit more at ease. I
think in general, though, a lot of people take things more seriously than maybe us. I think a lot of people take like their business and shit way more seriously than I do. I'm just saying, like, I just really think that's true. That I think there's a lot of people that are going to courses and asking real questions, and they're taking their fucking business seriously. Like they're really into it. They're not just randomly buying shit and hoping for the best. They got plans and dreams and hopes.
I heard there was a rather expensive saw there. Did you run into any overly priced saws?
So I didn't go to the booth.
And if you did you wear that thing that measures how much dust is in the air?
To see,
because I don't know if they should be running that thing live at an event now, knowing what we know now.
Oh man, no, I did not. I actually did not even get to that booth, but I did hear in our group chat there that saw is pretty pricey.
I heard that if you're in the vicinity of their booth and you tap your heels 3 times together, that dressing stones fall from the sky.
We were in the vicinity, and my wife did say that it felt a little dusty in this vicinity. We should get out of here.
Is that actually true?
That's true.
Oh God.
Oh my goodness.
But I own one of those saws, and it cuts down the dust pretty well. I'll just say that.
You own the one that's 13 grand?
No, not one of those ones. Those aren't on the market yet. They were supposed to come out last year in the summer.
What makes it worth 13 grand?
I didn't even get a chance to ask.
Seems like, well, that's not oppression dollars either.
No.
Oppression dollars, it's probably 20.
$20,000 for a saw.
It's crazy.
I mean, you spent 20 grand on a packer, I suppose. But
what packer?
Well, any diesel plate packer new is $20,000.
I thought they were like $10,000.
No.
Maybe freedom dollars. In our oppression money, a diesel packer is easily $16,000.
Yeah.
I haven't looked at those in a long time.
I'm trying to sell our old one.
Do you know what I did see? And I tried to make a video, but I'm not fast enough, and I was driving and it's illegal, which was really my bigger consideration, that I couldn't get to my phone fast enough. There was a guy running one of those Bomags, those double wheel Bomags, but you know what he was doing? He was compacting the topsoil in the boulevards.
Yeah, that's what we used to do. That's what he
was doing. He was running that, and I was like, wow.
I got in a fight with someone this week over
nice.
Not a homeowner, actually, over not compacting their topsoil before laying sod. And so we were doing topsoil on it's our 5th Street job for one of the GCs, and it was the second day. We had done probably 20 loads of soil, 20 triaxles of soil, and we just happened to have 6 pallets of sod show up. on our doorstep from another job that they ordered too much. And so we start laying it, and we get, I don't know, 3,000 square feet down. And the next day, I got called back to scrape topsoil off the road because they were line painting. And this homeowner comes out, and he's got long hair down to his ass. And he comes over, he's like, "Hey, you didn't roll my topsoil." And he's like, "I stepped into it up to my knees." I'm like, "You didn't sink to your fucking knees, you idiot. We didn't put down that much soil." He like, "Yeah, I did, and I take care of my stuff." And he fucking does a hair flip and stuff like that. He's missing his teeth. I'm like, "You don't take care of anything, you fucking idiot. If you have a problem, you talk to the guy from the city." He's like, "I did, and now I'm talking to you." I
Now I'm
said, "Get
talking
out
to
of
you.
here." Now I'm talking to you. What do you want me to do? Like,
Well, don't you roll the sod?
yeah, I said, "We'll roll it after." He's like, "That's like telling me a lie." I was like, "I don't know what to tell you, guy. Like, just get away from the loader before I scoop you up." Like, I like, what do you want me to tell these people? I don't know. I don't know. But that's one thing I love about commercial contracting. So you don't have to be nearly as nice to people as you do residentially,
Yeah, no, you don't have to be
because
nice to people at
there's
all.
no liability short of punching someone in the face. There's no liability for screwing shit up, I don't think. Or no
But,
accountability for screwing
well,
stuff
as
up.
long as your price is low next time, they'll hire you
Yeah.
again.
Oh
You
yeah,
don't.
absolutely.
You could like literally scream at that old man, "Go fuck
Yeah.
yourself, old man,"
Oh
and they'd
yeah.
be like, "What's your price?" "Yeah, good. You can yell at that guy all you want."
Oh yeah. And then so
Like,
I
they
I
don't
take
care.
off with the loader down the road, and the city inspector comes around the corner. He's like, "Oh, I dodged a bullet there." He's like, "I saw you guys talking, and I went around the long way." So
Now
I don't
that's
know.
city inspecting at its peak.
Yeah.
The peak of
Uh,
city inspecting.
yeah. They're great guys, those inspectors. They I get along with them quite well. But you have to mold that relationship for years and years before you can
Yes.
get away with stuff like that, right? So
Before you can get away with assaulting the taxpayers.
yeah,
They're
I
technically
suppose
paying
so.
your salary. They're
Uh
paying your contract.
low bid. That's all
No,
you
I'm
need to
saying
say.
that, but
Yeah.
that guy you were yelling at is technically paying some portion of his tax
Some,
dollars paid you.
but a lot more of my own tax dollars are paying my salary than his. I can guarantee you
Was it
that.
in your? But was it in your city?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
then, yeah, you have a fair argument.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. My tax dollars,
What? But your tax
even
dollars
just
from what?
my property tax alone is 4 times as high as his.
Isn't it
With
supposed to?
probably 10 times as high as his.
So you have legit case then. You but he is technically paying some of your. Should
Yeah,
probably be nicer to your
but
boss.
so is every one of my workers. You know, like it's
Well,
it's minuscule.
they live on your property.
What do you mean? No, they don't. One of them lives on my property. The other
Well,
8,
he's not contributing. You're contributing for him, really.
well, and that's more than a 10. It doesn't matter. This guy, I didn't get along with this guy. Is the point of the story.
Well, no, was it a requirement on the tender sheet to get along with freaky long haired guy? And you
No,
checked the box, yes.
check them off. Yes.
Yeah, I'll get
No,
along with that guy if you give me the job. Give me the
not
tender document.
not the first homeowner I've yelled at either. I often just disregard what they're saying and walk away, but this guy, he wouldn't get away from the loader. So sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
I don't know if we recorded a podcast since I talked about. I don't think we have. I talked about that job where the guy like shook my hand and was like, "You won't make a penny here." Get off.
I don't think we talked about that one.
No, we did talk about it. I was
We
bidding a
did,
job,
but
but we
not
haven't
about.
talked about it. So
Yeah.
I did the price for it, and I priced it like I normally would. I think we read this whole job off. And like,
Right.
anyways, I priced the job like I normally would, and then I got to the end of it because after the podcast, I decided, fuck these people. I don't need this shit in my life. Right? I don't. But then the guy kept calling, going, "Where's the price?" And I was like, "Oh, fuck this, whatever." So I worked it out, and then I added like $3,500 to it. I was like, "Fuck this guy. He already thinks it's going to be outrageously expensive." And then I sent it to him, and within 4 minutes, the guy emailed me back and said, "Go ahead."
Wow.
Does that not scare you though?
Oh yeah, horrified.
I would rather hear a fuck off, no way, than
I
go ahead within 4
100%.
minutes.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It led me to believe that either no one else had priced it, or they were just, well, not both of them, but the one guy was maybe just giving me the fucking gears so that I would
price it lower.
Get the job done.
Consciously price it lower, I guess. Like subconsciously, like I'm looking, if someone gives you a budget and you're getting way over it, you're like, oh, I'm never getting this fucking job. And you just subconsciously start playing with some, I guess Mike doesn't, because he has a computer program that doesn't have a subconscious. Well, maybe this only affects me and Chad. Chad's too busy working down from the price and doesn't give a fuck about the budget. He already picked the price in his head. Mike's got a computer. So I guess I'm the only one that struggles with this syndrome. I guess maybe they thought that I was playing that. They were going to play me that way, but anyways, we got the job. So I guess now we'll go do it. Someday soon. Maybe it already started. They might have already started. We started it last week.
What's your plan for spreading the topsoil that's not topsoil?
Someone else did that. We're just doing plant. Yeah,
that wasn't part of the price.
I wasn't asked. No, I was only asked to price the planting portion
and not removing the road with the 1-ton shovel.
So that work was completed when we got there. I guess it took quite a while, but we hadn't been there in 2 weeks, so I guess enough scraping with the. Mike, how many tilt rotators did you see?
I think I saw 1 or 2. I didn't have any time for the outdoor area, so I walked through it really quickly just to see what was out there, and then I came back in. But
you walked through it quickly to see at least one tilt rotator
to get a quick video. I did get a video of a tilt rotator. I did, but I didn't go there for tilt rotators, unfortunately.
I thought every booth there would just be a tilt rotator booth or an attachment booth. It would be tilt rotator booth, attachment booth, tilt rotator booth, attachment booth. Machine that you could buy that actually could have a tilt rotator on it, then a tilt rotator booth.
I did see a McCulloch.
Oh yeah, what did you think of it?
I also saw it from afar. I didn't have time to go.
How many did you order?
I ordered one under Chad's name.
Ooh. Well, I am looking for those tax write-offs at this time of year. So.
Well, you should go down to Arizona to the Grant Cardone 10X landscape event.
Completely.
If you're looking for a good tax write-off.
Yeah.
And it's a big discount right now. I think it's like 90% off right now.
Is it?
I don't know.
Probably.
But you guys are aware I'm currently being audited. I don't know how they'd feel about me going to a 10X event.
Well, for them,
if they already think I'm trying to scam them,
yeah, but wouldn't they be happy?
They think about me taking a 10X event.
If your business grew 10X, then you should be paying 10X the taxes.
I feel my bookkeeper, she got in touch with me this week. She says, "How's the bank account?" I said, "It's good." She's like, "Great, we owe $90,000 in HST for this quarter." I said, "Awesome, great," and we're still being audited. Is this not a large enough chunk of our money going back to the government that, how much can you be hiding?
That's what's fucked up. That's what's fucked up about HST is that it was never your money.
No, but I held it. I collected it.
I'm saying you held it and collected it for them for free, and now you're giving it back to them. So when you're saying, is it not a big enough chunk of my money? I'm saying it was never your fucking money. It was just you providing a free service for the government, unpaid. It's you. It was never yours. You're basically collected the government's money, held it in trust, paid someone to deal with it, and then sent it back to them because you paid the bookkeeper to fucking deal with it. It's totally ridiculous and fucked up that you should have to collect that money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I suppose. And now I'm being punished for collecting
You should
it
have
on
bought
their
some.
behalf.
If you bought more
So-
shit, then you wouldn't have to pay as much HST.
Well, Mike's got that Metallic on order for me. So- What else did you buy me, Mike?
I got some sort of university scholarship for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
scholarship.
I
I don't know what the CRA is going to think of a scholarship.
CRA. Think of a skull. That might come off as
To a fake university.
But there's a
What's this
website.
tax right off to a fake university?
There's a website.
Yeah.
Is it just your HST they're auditing, or the whole?
Nah. Well, as far as I know, it's HST.
Why? That should be a short, unless they're auditing like 5-6 years of it, or how far back can they go?
2 years, 2021 and 22.
How long could that possibly take? I mean, I'm not saying your business is small, but you're not McDonald's.
No, it's but they want probably 100 estimates, 100 invoices, 100 RFQs.
That's time consuming.
HST or insurance documentation.
And that's not even like something that your bookkeeper can take care of, right?
No,
that's
like
taking
it's all
up your
stuff that
time.
I have to go find, right? They want my minutes book, call the lawyer. Good luck getting a hold of the lawyer and getting them to call you back. It's been 3 weeks, trying multiple times. It's bananas. But
have they ever said what they're searching for?
No, I don't think do they ever tell you what they're searching for?
I don't think that they would.
They're allowed to do what
Otherwise,
they
somebody
want.
would try to hide it, probably.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you, but somebody might.
No, but I'm not saying. Obviously, they think there's a discrepancy between how much HST you paid and how much you owed.
Yeah.
Or somehow you've skirted paying HST, or they think there's something going on, but you think they would at least say there's a discrepancy. Or you're randomly getting audited. We pulled your name from a hat.
Yeah.
There's potentially nothing wrong. We just need to do our fucking jobs.
I think it's the growth that, for whether we'd like to admit it or not, we've 10x'd ourselves over the past 3 years or 4 years or whatever. Not on purpose, just by moving from residential landscape to commercial landscaping. We've had a lot more opportunities to do big business commercially than we ever could have residentially. And they're not used to seeing that sort of jump, I suppose.
I can visualize Chad's course in the making, from residential to commercial, and protect yourselves from auditing.
Well, I don't know if I want to protect anybody, but it'll be a saga, part of our growth story.
It's inevitable,
we have an extension until November 31st to provide all the documentation for them, because my bookkeeper is going on holidays. She scolded me last week because, or not last week, maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, we handed in our third quarter. We have a folder full of all our receipts and everything that goes to her. She's like, we're going to have to start doing this every week instead of once a quarter, because there's way too much stuff here. As the binder's like falling apart and shit, I have to put it in like a garbage bag and deliver it to her house because there's just too many receipts.
Probably because of the growth. A system that used to work is no longer working.
Yeah.
I'm sure that someone's teaching a course about it in HNA. A system that used to work doesn't work anymore.
Was there anybody selling like pads of pen and paper?
Selling pads of paper?
Yeah, for like estimating and stuff like that.
No.
Like
an estimating company selling pads of paper?
Yeah, I really would have bought one of those.
Really?
A pad and paper for estimating, because I do quite a bit of that pad and paper estimation.
Interesting. I should, we've got the software that helps you do. Just kidding.
Is it available in pen and paper? format.
Oh, that would be nice.
Because I still use that.
Gotcha.
I also do things backwards. We've already discussed this. So
yeah. What's our plans for Congress?
ooh, when is it? The 15th?
Should be like the first week of January usually.
First week of January.
First full week.
First full week. Oh.
Are we gonna try the meetup again? That didn't work.
I think we should have
time around.
Okay, so I feel strongly we should have a better meetup attempt.
I agree. I also people could not believe that I was meeting them before I had even ever met PK. Nobody could believe that. And I was telling people that I don't think PK exists because
he's our AI.
Yeah, he's our AI that we created.
It's all smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
Wow. Should we do like a meetup at a restaurant beside Congress, or we should just do a booth takeover of someone's booth?
Either or, that would be good.
Who do we know that would maybe not listen to this and probably not want to be associated with it, but might let us do a booth takeover?
Oh, it's easy. A Polysand company.
Obviously, yeah.
That's the most obvious thing.
Did you guys like the pie chart I made up? Talking a bit about Polysand. So we had some pavers done by a company at our house this week. And I don't, I thought that you guys would think that was funny.
Yeah, I trying to wrap my head around it. What do you mean? Somebody else did your pavers?
No, it was our company. But
okay.
You know what happened? In the middle of the summer, we weren't very busy. And so I sent a couple guys here to demo the driveway and tear up the front walkway. 'Cause everyone needs to work. We need to be doing something. So go to our house and
wait, you did that in the spring?
No, I did it in like July, and then we got too busy and no one ever went back.
So it stayed
stayed that way for months and months. And so we were renovating the office, right? That's what we were doing. Sorry, that's in case the CRA is listening. Renovating the office. So the guys put the resin sand in because we had a pail left over in the bin. No one checked the fucking expiry date, so I don't know how this is going to work out. But like, I noticed that stuff when you come to our house now, that stuff reeks. It smells bad.
It smells like at least the one that I use. It smells like bread cooking or about to be cooked or some sort of bread factory.
Bread cooking.
Yeah, it is. Chad, you've been to Weston's Bakery in Kitchener or around that area?
Yeah.
It smells like that.
That's a welcoming smell.
Yeah.
It's not. It's fucking terrible.
It's so did you guys ever smell Mika paver?
Smell it?
Yeah. It's so we did a job. Yeah, it smells like oven cleaner.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it like the release that they put on it or something?
I don't know what it is, but you open the pallet and it's overwhelming oven cleaner smell.
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe it's different now, but it's whenever we used it years ago, it smelled like oven cleaner.
I like
a plastic sort of smell.
I've never used it, but I really like it.
It is a nice paver.
It's sort of like
that Everest paver. That is one to take a leaf stain. We haven't sanded that job yet, and we have to go back, but it looks like a scrapbook of leaf stain.
Yikes.
All over that paver. So I don't know.
Isn't that paver sealed?
I know it's HD, like it's very the finish on the top is very fine, beautiful finish, but I don't know if it's sealed.
I thought it was factory sealed too.
Maybe you can just spray this stuff off. I'm not sure, but she's brown. She's brown, man. Like the client hasn't said anything, but She's brown.
Oh, but it's the client who didn't clean up the fucking leaves.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not saying it's anybody's fault by any means.
No, it's the client's fault. 100%. They didn't clean the leaves off the patio. I'm just being. We had a similar situation 2 years ago with a white patio. It was a Winter Marvel Umbriano patio, and then it had white sand in it as well, like the G2 white. Yeah. It looked sick. It was really cool, but then all the leaves fell on it, and the client didn't blow them off or clean them up. And then they stained it, and then there was this big debate about somehow that was our fault. It was like, yeah, your laziness to not clean up your leaves is not my fault.
I don't think it's anybody's fault, really. Like, do you expect the homeowner to be out there with a leaf blower in the rain?
Yeah.
Or like shooing them away as they fall?
I absolutely
like it's just natural. It's gonna happen. But if you don't talk about it before it happens, somehow they think it's your fault.
Is it in your contract at all? Because I don't think I have anything like that in my contract.
Leaf stain?
Yeah.
I think it's worth mentioning somewhere.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
did you mention it to these people?
No, I had no clue I was going to do that. Should I have known? Probably, as a landscaper, right? But I haven't gotten the text message yet that says.
The point of this was that you knew it was going to happen. You should tell people. And then I say, did you tell them? You're like, well, I didn't know what happened. What the fuck are you talking about? 15 minutes. Fucking talking. Anyways, so you're waiting though. That seems like a Saturday around 10:30 kind of text message.
Well,
hey, just let the dog out. Just let the dog out. Noticed it's really fucking. The patio's really stained to fuck here. And that's when you would say back and say, "Did you blow the leaves off in a rainstorm? In the rainstorm? No, I'm knocking on my door. I'm not responsible for acts of God like leaves falling."
Yeah, I don't know. So far, we're in the clear. Did I lose you guys?
Some people, some people are smart and understand that leaves fall, and that they're lazy and they didn't clean them up, and that's not your fault. There's some people out there. They're rare, but these people are these the people who got fucked on the pool?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they don't give a shit about this. This is so far. This is I'm getting fucked around. This is only someone whose job went perfectly and didn't lose any money and everything was absolutely perfect would bitch about the leaves. So you're in the clear here. That's my feeling.
I threw them a half a pallet of free sod, so I figure.
Oh, maybe that.
Yeah,
if they were demonizing you about the leaves that fell, would you throw that half pallet of free sod in just as a kicker? Well, I gave you that sod.
No.
Or would you
I'm not one to hold things above people's head like that. Well, remember I gave you the sod.
But would you wander over and be like, hey, that sod's really taking?
It's doing great with all this rain that we had. Sure, soak those roots right in. Got that organic material right down there.
At least those leaves didn't fall on that free fucking sod.
No, they're great clients. So I doubt I'll hear anything back. But I had another client this week say, he texted me last night because it rained all day today. It was like forecasting 60 mil or whatever for today and another 20 tomorrow. He goes, should I continue to lay this patio? Will the rain wash away the gravel? And there's like maybe 150 square feet still to lay. And he wanted to lay it himself because he was afraid that it's going to wash out the base.
I'm assuming it's clear stone.
It's clear stone, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, fuck. Something occurred to me. Now it just escaped my brain. That's a good topic, too.
Any other exciting things happened to you guys this past week?
Really, it's been 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. We're almost at 2 weeks now.
I'm almost out of work.
Really?
I don't think I'm going to make it, guys. If we have 7, what do you think, 6 weeks left? 5 weeks left.
Yeah.
I'm banking on December 1st.
I say if I can work on my birthday, it's been an okay season, which is December 4th. That's 5 weeks, 6 weeks.
6 weeks, 6 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have enough to get me there.
Oof.
I took my foot off the gas.
I did too, to be honest. It's a pretty lackluster end of the season.
That's why you had time to go to Kentucky.
That's why at time. Actually, it worked out perfectly. And on top of that, yeah, it couldn't have gone better in terms of timing.
We're going to be close. I was aiming for December 1st this year because it was a slow year. So I told everyone December 1st. I think I'm going to be close.
Well, you gave them a date.
What?
You gave them a date.
I said to everyone in August that it's been a really shitty year and I don't have work for next week. So there's potential that December 1st. I just sort of said, like, let's all aim for December 1st. And so they had some idea of when we would. And then I found them all a really high paying snowplowing job and none of them took it. So whatever. Oh, that's their, but they don't want to do it. I get it. But that's sort of, me saying, hey, like, I don't have winter work, but I'll find you some good winter work. But I also understand when people don't want to do it because I plowed snow for a long time and it really sucks ass.
Yeah. There's no snow in the 14-day forecast yet.
No.
But lots of rain.
We've got a lot we can do at the yard, I suppose. We want to build some bins and all that stuff, and got to dig a giant 300-foot long trench.
Yeah. So we have some cleanup stuff I want to do at the yard too to get ready for the winter.
Yeah.
We got to have places to plug the trucks in, and we've been building a south parking lot in the yard, our north parking lot, and it's almost done. Want to get it finished.
Do you crown rust your trucks all before the winter, Mike? PK?
Do we what? Like rust check
Do you
them?
like crown rust them? Yeah, like
the pickups.
rust protection. Yeah,
all the pickups happen. Yeah.
So I feel like every time we take our trucks to the mechanic in the spring, they say they all need new brakes because they weren't rust proofed for the winter. Is that a thing? Or is he just fucking... Yeah, I thought it was bullshit, but...
Although our trailer we never used needed brakes to get certified last week.
Is it?
So, and so just under your theory where you're just saying like, hey, these things sit, so then they tell me I need to get brakes. We have one trailer that Darian tries to take it out twice a month, 3 times a month, just to
run it. Yeah.
It doesn't seize up. I'm only keeping it because it's like a $45,000 trailer now, a $40,000 trailer. But this one, I paid 10 grand for it 5 years ago. So otherwise we don't use it very much, but then there's that moment when you need to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know, Mike, I have 1 day with rain heavy next week.
Oh, I'm talking about the 14-day forecast, which is pretty useless, but I think in the next 7 days after that, it's pretty rainy.
10 to 15, 5 to 10, 1 to 3. Wow, that is a lot of rainy. Let's hope for some good. We're doing a fair size residential job, so we'll get some good poly sand. That's what I was going to talk about. So we're doing a fair size residential job, and we started this week. And of course, like all residential jobs, there's been quite a few changes. And one of the changes was in the soldier course banding. It was supposed to be a double row of copthorn, which is 16 inches, right? They're both 8 inches. And they were switching it to a 8-inch row of copthorn and a 7 by 14 row of Umbriano going the sailor course 7-inch way. So in the back and forth, because every time you make changes, blah, 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 what does it cost? What are the differences? So the Umbriano and the copthorn were basically a wash. Like it's the same price per square foot to purchase. It's one of them was like $10.23, and the other one was $10.24 or something. This is super nominal. So I said in my email back, I said, "Oh, the Copthorne Umbriano thing is a wash." And so the guy emailed me back and said, "Well, isn't this Soldier Core smaller now?"
Oh,
it's thinner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So legit it is. So my reaction was the same as your guys at first. And I think I actually emailed back and said, I don't usually calculate that kind of variance. Right?
Yeah.
So then I did calculate it just out of interest sake. And it worked out to be 10.5 square feet.
It's $100 in his pocket.
Did you calculate the restocking fee of all this shit?
Well, I hadn't ordered any of it yet. So
okay.
But
he doesn't have to know that.
10.5 square feet.
In your favor.
It was in my favor, but at the rate that I was installing at is almost $500.
Mm.
So you know what? After I did the math on it, the guy's point was totally legit.
This is the type of client that calls about leaf stains on their patio.
Potentially. No, I don't think so. I think that it was a legit call. And at first, when I said it to you guys, it sounded unlegit. Like, fuck, what are you talking about? But because the driveway is so fucking big and the Soldier course is so long, we're not talking about, it's actually 10 square feet, but at the install rate, it works out to almost, it's 10.5. So with HST, you're over $500 or close to $500, I guess.
Mm.
So it was a legit complaint.
Did you give him the discount?
No, I changed the size of Umbriano to 8x16 instead of 7x14.
Gotcha.
So now it's a 16-inch Soldier course. I only did it because I didn't want to have to send another email back saying you were right. Instead, I would rather just provide what I said I would provide. Because Umbriano has a 7x14 size and an 8x16 size, so I picked the 8x16. Those two sizes seem so similar. I don't know why you would fucking need both of them, but whatever. I did not work for a manufacturer. And when I did, they didn't give a shit about what I had to say. So anyways, that's what happened to me. We haven't done a residential job in a long time. It's interesting. You forget the insane idiosyncrasies of doing it and how many little things there are and how many little things there are to catch. And I just haven't done it in a long time. Actually, we're doing 3 jobs right now, and all 3 of them are our own jobs that I'm totally organizing, which is super rare for us because normally we do a lot of subcontract work, right? So I forgot how much work there is in organizing people, and actually, so last week was hectic. It was good. I was here being oppressed.
Yeah.
Yes. So did we get in our 1 hour or what?
We did.
All right.
Made it.
So this was us making up for the fact that Mike was seeking freedom.
And we now can say we never missed a week yet.
Perfect.
Which is a big deal.
Yeah, I think
considering
it is.
how we started.
Oh, very true.
Our feet.
Yeah.
We should probably do a week where we dedicatedly record 3 episodes.
Yeah. So we have some in the bank.
So we have a couple in the bank. Yeah.
Yeah.
We used to have some in the bank.
We used to have 3 in the bank.
You went away to swim with the pigs or whatever you were doing.
Oh, and you're probably going to go away again this winter.
I would love to swim. I'm going for 2 weeks this winter.
Oh, we need episodes in the bank.
I'll be able to podcast from Florida, I think.
Assaulting the Pelicans. Is that what you were doing?
Assaulting the Pelicans. Or insulting the Pelicans?
I don't know. There's something to do with the Pelicans, wasn't there?
Yeah, he was dying, that poor
Pelican. The Pelican. Yeah, that's right. That was the name of it.
That was in Panama. Yeah.
So we did get interest of somebody being on the show, actually, guys, and I'll pitch it to you live here on the show. Premier Outdoor, Sean from Premier Outdoor wants to be on the podcast.
Holy.
He really liked our Heitman Heisted by Heitman episode. He's also done one on his podcast, and he said he's ready to be roasted and he wants to be on the show.
Sure. Absolutely.
I love it. Yeah.
I'd love him to have him on. Seems like a very fun person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be great.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Cool.
Have his people call our people or what?
I guess, yeah.
Who
wants to set that up?
Who's I think you already did.
Yeah.
You're the people.
Mike, aren't you the people?
I guess I'm the people.
Mike goes on vacation, the whole thing shuts down. Now, see, realistically, if Chad was gone, we could still have an episode. If I was gone,
absolutely.
If I was gone, you could still have an episode. But when Mike goes to HNA, there's no fucking episode.
I was going to give you guys my Zoom login to set it up. I just didn't know how that would go. But also by the time I thought about that, like I was already there and it was tough with internet and everything.
So does internet just suck then?
I think it's just too many people at the convention center. And the only time I had internet was when I went back to my Airbnb, which was Wi-Fi. And I would get like 20 messages and it'd be like messages just from people, random things, but also like, hey, Mike, where are you at the show? Want to meet you. And I had to be like, sorry, no internet there. Lots of people were having the problem, but also other providers were not. I was with AT&T because I guess Rogers partners with them. But yeah, it was a pain. It sucked.
Do you think your shitty iPhone 6 might have had something to do with it?
No, because I think other people were having similar problems. Some people. So it must have been AT&T.
I must have been talking about cell phones because in my TikTok now, it's all these like retro phones they're bringing back. Like they're bringing back the Nokia phones and they're super sick. There's a Motorola Razr now that flips open with a screen.
Oh.
I want that phone. I might switch to Android for it just for the flipping action.
Really?
So satisfying. Well, it's very satisfying.
I can see you flipping the phone and holding it in your shoulder and driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think that flipping open a phone is satisfying? It's satisfying.
You can close it whenever you're done. You're mad at someone, you close the phone real hard.
I'm fucking done with you. That's what I would say. You know what was fun this week? I know we're supposed to be signing off, but I have always wondered when I was at people's houses how they would get into like heated disputes over fencing with their neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you see these people in these heated disputes and you're like, bro, who gives a fuck about this?
Yeah.
But I'm now a heated dispute fencing neighbor guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? Because your neighbor won't pay half? Or you don't like the style of fence you're putting up?
The house next door to ours, it was a rental house for 5 or 6 years. Good family lived there, nice people. And then the owner of the house said he was moving into it and threw them out, which obviously is inconvenient after you've lived somewhere for 6 years and you're trying to find somewhere to rent. So he started renovating the house. And I don't know, I guess it's gone along. Like the people who did the interlock driveway it's literally laid right in the grass and they filled the whole driveway up with HVB and then put a skiff of polysand over it, which has washed out immediately. Anyways, there's no edging of any type. There's a lot of lateral creep going on already. The thing's been down for, I don't know, maybe 12 weeks.
I thought you were going to say like a year.
No, it's super fucked up that this is beside my house. So, of course, our driveway has been a disaster for months. And then we started working on it, I don't know, last week. And we're widening it. And I was getting in the car with P, and I just hadn't had a great day. I'll just say it was entrepreneurship. And the guy just started like in on me going, I can't believe you dug up my side. This is like 4 inches. Like the interlock goes almost to the post. And then the post is a 6x6. So we're talking like we removed 4 to 6 inches of dirt along his interlock. The interlock was above it anyways, because it's laid on the dirt. So I said, well, dude, you installed your eaves trough too low. You're flooding in between the houses. So we did this so we could get positive drainage out to the road. And he said, well, how am I going to build a fence? And just started in on the fence and then said he's going to build a fence all the way to the curb. We have like a long driveway, 8 feet high. I was like, sure, man, you do you. But this is all going on in the driveway. I mean, it must have got a little bit heated because P went inside and said, Kelly, I think Dad's going to beat the shit out of the neighbor. Come outside. So now this guy has, like, we have this like heated dispute over fencing. Which I didn't, the whole time actually, when the guy was fighting with me too, I was like, listen, man, like I've lived beside these other people for 13 years and I don't even know their fucking names. I don't want to talk to you. I'm not a nice person. Get away from me. I don't like you. And he just couldn't take a hint. So he got like really mad. Anyways, I just like, man, now I'm one of those heated neighbors. I should have been that let's have a beer guy. The let's have a beer guy doesn't have heated fencing disputes. So anyways, that's what happened to me this week at my own house, fighting with my neighbor who wants to now build a fence 8 feet tall all the way to the curb.
All the way to the curb. Nice.
So to heighten the fight, my wife has gone on to bylaw and printed off all the bylaws for fencing for the city of Oshawa and all the legal requirements he has to us, and then told him she expects him to meet all those legal requirements, so she's calling the city, and handed it to him and put it in his door in a brown envelope. And I was like, man, this situation is really getting it.
Yeah, you just took that a step.
Well, because I don't.
Does your pool have a permit?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're fine.
Because we're going to go back and forth. You're going to have an illegal rise on one of your steps, and then he's going to have an eavesdrop that's a 1/4 inch.
Yeah.
Flooding beyond where it should.
Put up some floodlights that shine right in his windows.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I know. It's out of hand.
Out of hand.
So I've lived here 13 years. The people on the other side of us who our walkways actually like face each other, so you actually would see those people. I see them all the time. Probably like 6-7 times a week I see these motherfuckers. I don't know their names. I've never introduced myself. I've never met them. I don't want to know them. 13 years, clean. Never encountered these fucking people. I came home from work one day and the lady who lived next door was running out of our backyard fully clothed, soaking wet. You know what I did?
Handed her a towel.
Nothing. Ignored it. Didn't acknowledge her and went in the house. Because I don't give a shit what she was doing. I don't care. Hey, do what you're doing. I don't want to talk to you because once I engage with you, it means I'm going to have to engage. But now the one thing I will say is this fucking guy next door, I guess we're probably not going to engage much because now we fucking hate him and he hates us. So maybe that was an easier way to, all the other, anyways. All right. That's the end of the podcast. We successfully made it another week. Bye.